As a score of American musicals will testify, performers go on the principle that you never know who's in. John Ryan, a firefighter in Florida, was tinkling the ivories in the bar of a local restaurant when he was approached by record producer Peter Clayton. So it is, he finds himself in Britain for the release tonight of his album Words Alone, the music and lyrics of John Ryan, with a group of singers from both sides of the Atlantic. And he joins us now with Peter Clayton. Peter and John, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
So, have you been playing in this restaurant for some time, John?
The particular one that Peter saw me at is in Melbourne Beach, Florida, and I've been there since they opened the doors about 10 years ago. Yes.
What came first, the firefighting or the tinkling?
Oh, the tinkling. I started playing when I was a kid, actually, and when I was in my teens, I played in different groups, jazz groups, rock groups, things like that, and by the time I was about 18, I figured that's what I wanted to do, is to just be a solo piano player. So I ended up, for years now, playing in bars and restaurants and dining rooms and places like that.
We've heard you playing, we've heard the songs, and we all just wonder why nobody picked you up before.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that probably wonder the same thing. But, right now I just feel like the luckiest guy in the world, and I just thank God for it, and I thank Peter Clayton for coming along.
Peter, you take up the story when you walked to this restaurant.
It was 2 Christmases ago, Bill. I went in there for a meal, and John's playing piano. And I asked him if he could play me Stardust, my favourite song. So he said, Toby Carmichael, and then I said something else, and he says, Errol Gardner, 62. And I was impressed with his knowledge of music, and we just sat, he's playing the piano, and we're just chatting away. So I gave him a couple of my CDs, George Melly album and Digby Fairweather album, and then didn't think any more about it for a year. This Christmas, he calls me over, same restaurant, I'm dancing. I've written this song for George Melly, he says, That Devil Had a Hold on Me. I says, come round to see me tomorrow at my condo. So he came over and he said, would you like to hear some of my other songs? I couldn't believe it. And that's it, really. I brought him over with Laurie. And tonight we are playing live 2 shows, Peter on the Park, for the launch.
And there's a certain amount of versatility there, because you're writing songs to George Melly, and I know one of the tracks we're going to play a bit later on is very bossa nova-ish. You hop about a bit, don't you, really?
Well, that's a really lucky thing that I had going for me on this, is that these days no one does a songwriter album, especially an unknown person. I mean, you may find a songwriter album of somebody that's so well known, like Irving Berlin or Gershwin or Cole Porter, but to take a gamble on a guy that's a songwriter. And so I think what Peter was looking for was a pretty good diversification of different genres.
We're going to play this track which appealed to John because it was Never Forget. I think at that stage Peter didn't know your own lyrics, did he?
No.
And it is basically looking back at that terrible disaster.
Yes, that's it hit us all hard over there, and that one is very near and dear to my heart. I wrote it the week of 9/11, and being a firefighter, that's the one that just very much emotionally impacted me, and it was just my way of being able to deal with it and put it on a shelf, and didn't think about it until a year later when we did the remembrances for the first year anniversary, and some people heard it and they said, you've got to record this song. And so Laurie Broadway and I got together and did a demo of it in about an hour in my living room, and we put it out, and next thing you know, NPR was playing it over in the States, and they were using it in memorial services and things like that. And that's when we thought, boy, maybe people will listen if they get a few of these songs.
Here it goes. Never Forget, John Ryan, Laurie Broadway.
Why does it take an act of hate to make us see our unity? We must stay strong and carry on forever to be free. Summoned to fight and sacrifice, called to wars on shores, giving our lives to Never forget those who died. Honor their memory with your pride. Fallen heroes and innocent lives. The pain is hard to hide. Never forget our timeless debt. Generations built this dream. We can't expect that our freedom is free and comes without a price. Gone are the days of our innocent ways, thinking that no harm could ever come to us. But we'll gather strength and we'll go to any length to honor the heroes of America. This is the challenge of our times, and our resolve is on the line. We'll put our differences behind. Like brothers, we'll unite. And we'll never cower, and we'll not hide. Working together side by side. No force of evil can divide a people unified. Gone are the days of our innocent ways, thinking that no harm could ever come to us. We'll gather strength and we'll go to any length, defending the future of America. But try as they will, there's no way they can ever kill the spirit of the people of America.
That was Never Forget, written by our songwriter guest in the studio today, John Ryan. His new album, all his songs, with a variety of artists, words alone, the music and lyrics of John Ryan. And when did you start writing songs, John?
Oh, I guess I was probably a teenager when I first started writing them. I don't know how good they were back then, and I'd have to look through some boxes to even find out what they were. But I guess that I started writing a lot more seriously when I was in my late teens, early 20s. In fact, one of the songs on this album, probably one of the oldest ones, is entitled My Jennifer, which I wrote for my daughter, Jennifer, on the night that she was born. And it's a solo piano piece, but it's one of those things where I was in a hospital and saw her born that day, and was there all day long with my wife and my new baby, and then went home to an empty house, and there my only friend, my piano, was sitting, and so that one somehow survived.
We know how that one came to you because it was a fairly simple motivation. But how do songs normally come to you?
Well, everyone has a different way, I guess, of composing. I've talked to other songwriters about it, and other songwriters have asked me. But for me, in my particular situation, the music always comes first. There's hardly a day in my life where I don't wake up and have some kind of a tune in my head. Sometimes I'll be cutting the lawn and have to stop and go in and write it down. It'll just be maybe a phrase or two. And then before long, I'll have a day where I can sit down and collect some thoughts and put it together. And then the music comes. Then I'll always hear something. like one line just sticks in my head. And I'll think, boy, that's the feeling of the song, and then I'll develop the lyrics around it. The lyrics come harder for me. It takes me days to really get the lyrics right, but you want those to be right.
It's going to be quite a thing tonight, this launch, because you're a 30-piece orchestra.
At the show, Bill, it was 21 because we had to reduce it to get in the place. But for the launch, for the press, we have a 29-piece band. It's mainly a concept album with 4 singers. Jackie Hicks, Colin Anthony, David Migden and Laurie Broadway. So 2 Americans and 2 English.
And I think we're going to play Bossa Nova. It slipped my memory at the moment, the exact title. John, what are we playing?
That one is called So Long. It's kind of a play on words a little bit, and playing in upscale restaurants all my life and country clubs and places like that, I was asked very early on, people would come up and say, play some Cole Porter, play some Gershwin, play this and that, and so that's what I've just been playing for years and years. And one of my favorites is Antonio Carlos Jobim. And so he kind of inspired me on this one. I think you'll hear a little bit of Jobim in this. And the arrangements are just incredible, which, by the way, were done by the great Pete Moore. And he was just one of the greatest guys. It's just a highlight of my life to be able to work with people like this.
Yeah, Bing Crosby would tell us if he was still alive, wouldn't he?
Yes, actually, when I met Pete over this album, I just sent him a demo. I said, do you hear what I hear? And he said, yeah. I said, we'll go for it. And we just got the best of all the recording guys that you can think of.
Well, here it goes. So Long, and it's Jackie Hicks is the vocalist, and we look forward to the launch tonight. John Ryan, Peter Clayton, thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Thank you.
Hold me when we're together and miss me whenever you leave me. The hours you're gone seem so long, so long. Give me a promise that I can keep with me. Save me from thinking that I may be wrong. Tell me you'll always be near me, now and forever, and show me that you're gonna love me so long, so long. Like forever till we'll be sharing together the loving we haven't shared in so long, so long. Give me a promise that I can keep with me. Save me from thinking that I may be wrong. Tell me you'll always be near me, now and forever.